Hey guys, so what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I'm just going to do something pretty easy, and I'm just going to put these two RTX 3070s on to my 3070 rig here. So I'm going to explain this whole rig here. As you guys know, I've been slowly trying to get more 30 series cards, and I only initially had 3 3070s, and I do have 3080s, which I'm waiting for one more to fill on this rig. Right now I have 5, and actually 2 of them are having issues, but I'm going to be figuring that out in another video. The For the Win 3 and the MSI Trio. I can't get over 95 mega hash on this For the Win 3, and the MSI Trio I can only do 91 mega hash max. So that'll be for another video. And you guys know I do have a 6x RTX 3080 rig. This is the Asus Tough Edition cards, and yeah, this rig has been doing really well. It's actually been getting some thermal throttling, so I do have a little fan down here pointed at it. So it is right now, I have it downclocked to about 97, 98 mega hash for each of the GPUs right now. So yeah, this one's really good. But anyways, this video is about my 3070 rig. I just want to add 2 more. So before I unbox those cards, let me just show you guys the power situation here, as this is really the most important thing regarding mining rigs. I have a 1200 watt power supply, and this is a Cooler Master V1200. I've had this for I think a good 2 years now, and it's still doing good. It's a platinum rated power supply. So this power supply specifically has 6 PCIe strands. So my thought process is for this rig is to have a single strand for each RTX 3070. And just to let you guys know that the total power draw, or the TDP, for these cards generally, specifically the EVGA XC3, is about 220 watts. Okay, so maximum, if I were to run these cards stock, it would pull about 220 watts, which of course, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be using Hive OS on this rig. It's already on Hive OS, as you guys saw earlier, and so we're going to be running them at about 120 to 125 watts. So not at 220 watts, you know, normal power consumption. So what I'm going to be doing here, you guys can see I have 3 strands. So the 2 3070s that I have over here, they're going to be utilizing the 2 strands here. So I'll have 1 extra so that I can fill it in with another 3070 down the road. And you guys may be wondering, like, Red Panda, so if the TDP, you know, for some of the 3070s is 220, and you're potentially going to put 6 of them on this power supply, won't that go over the 1200 watt theoretical number? And yes, it will. And that's a risk that I'm willing to take. I am risking that Hive OS will hopefully, you know, undervolt the cards. I won't have the delay to apply the overclocks or anything like that. So if I had, you know, 6 3070s at full bore, it would definitely be more than 1200 watts, that's for sure, all right, at stock clocks. But, you know, since we're going to be undervolting, like I said, 120, 125 watts, the whole theoretical power consumption of the whole rig should be under 800 watts or so, okay? So we're going to actually figure that out now. So let me just write down the power consumption we're getting right now. So we're getting about, I would say, 3200, let's just say 3200 watts. Okay, so let's write that down, about 3200 watts, all right? Now I'm going to shut down this rig and let it cool down for a bit, and then we're gonna add a 3070. So let me quickly unbox these guys. Give me 1 sec. Okay, here are the 2 RTX 3070s. These are the XC3s, and you guys know I already have one on the 3070 rig already, and yeah, it's doing good. Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, the other 3070s I have here is the Asus Tough 3070, and then I have a Galax RTX 3070, and this Galax one is from China. And yeah, it's actually doing not too bad, but it only requires 1 8-pin, which is nice. But the Asus Tough requires 2 8-pins, and then the XC3 also requires 2 8-pins. But luckily, each of the strands that I have here on the Cooler Master power supply, I have a splitter on each of the strands here, but luckily each of the strands also has another 6-pin. okay, like daisy chained off the initial power strand. So that is going to go into the riser, and then these two are going to go into the GPU. And yeah, this one as well also has another strand, and the other one has another 6-pin as well. Okay, so that's good for the next three 3070s that we're gonna put onto the rig. Okay, so yeah, these are pretty good. Okay, so I'm just gonna shut down the rig, and I'm gonna let it cool down for a little bit. That's always good to do if you're gonna be adding cards or anything. Let everything cool down, I would say, for a good maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and then add GPUs. All right, so I'll be right back, guys, and I will add the two 3070s. Be right back. Okay, so before I put the 3070s in, I just wanted to show you guys just how I have them here with the GPUrisers.com, and thank you again to GPUrisers.com for the risers that we're using today on these two 3070s. So you guys can take a look at that. The branding on the riser there, 6-pin, has a 4-pin Molex, but I always advise everyone to use 6-pin always. But we're going to be utilizing the 6-pin at the bottom here, and as well as the pins at the top, the dual 8 pins, which I showed you guys earlier. Alright, so we're going to be utilizing the splittered end here for the GPU, and then the daisy chained part off the single strand from the power supply here, which will be going into the riser, okay, the 6-pin here. Alright, so that's how I'm gonna have the power plugged in, and yeah, I just want to make sure that is set in stone for you guys, just how I'm gonna do it with 3070s. I would not recommend doing a single strand if you are gonna be, you know, installing a 3080, because the TDP on that is like 320 watts, or if not more. So you would need, in my opinion, at least 2 strands, 2 single full strands coming from the power supply. Okay, so then you would need probably a higher wattage or more power supplies, like how I did with this 3080 rig. I have 2 1200 watt power supplies for 5 3080s here, but I'm gonna add one more, and then this rig will be done. And then you guys can see down here, if you saw that build, I did 2 1200 watts as well for 6 RTX 3080s. Alright, so that's how I have this configuration. But the 3070s and 3060 Ti's, as you guys know, the power consumption for these cards are like 120, 125 watts. So theoretically, a 1200 watt should be good enough for 6 3070s. Some people may not like that, but you know what? In my opinion, I think it's fine as long as you know, Hive OS is gonna keep the undervolts there and doesn't go back to stock generally. But you guys can see the power consumption with that rig off right now is about 2,775-ish. I wrote 2,775, and the delta from what we had before is only about 425 watts. So with the 3 3070s, that whole rig, you know, including the motherboard, processor, all that stuff, was only taking about 425 watts, which is really good, really efficient in my opinion. So we're gonna see how much more, you know, adding 2 cards is going to be. You know, we're gonna take the delta from that number and then find out what the new number is once we add the 2 cards. Okay, so guys, I already showed you the power configuration. Everything else is, yeah, that's self-explanatory. Okay, I'm gonna add the 2 cards. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. And then there were 5. Look at that, we have 5 3070s now, and I need to find another one. If anyone's watching this and wants to sell me a 3070, let me know down below in the comments. I will gladly buy one off of you, but I don't think anybody is selling their 3070 right now. Okay, you guys can see I have the 2 EVGA 3070s in, and looks pretty good. Okay, so here's how I have them. There's the power cabling, and I have the risers in. Oh, I forgot to explain, I have a Gigabyte Z270P motherboard. Alright, very popular motherboard, I would say the past couple years. A lot of people use these boards, and I have a 120 gig SSD that has Hive OS, and 8 gigs of RAM, G3930 processor, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Okay, so moment of truth, let's turn it on and make sure it's okay. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the risers, they have the lights on, that's good. Okay, so now we just have to wait for Hive OS. So if we go over to the rig here, right now it only shows 3, but we're gonna have to wait for it to boot up. Okay, and no, still 3. Alright, just waiting for it. Let's wait for it. Alright, still booting up, still booting up. This rig looks good though. I need to fill it up with one more. And like I showed you guys, I have one strand left to power the other 3070. Okay, let's do another refresh here. We may have an issue. Oh, no, there we go, there we go. Alright, perfect. So it looks like the two UVGAs came to the bottom, and hopefully it applies my overclocks. I just have the general overclocks for all the other cards there. You guys can see 2600 memory, minus 200 core, 120 power limit, okay? And I have the fan at 70. As you guys know, these 3070s and 3060s run generally cooler than the 3080s. The 3080s are such a pain to cool down. You guys can see I have some fans back there, some fans at the bottom there, and I need to have a fan for my Asus Tufts. But so far, I mean, knock on wood, the 3070 rig hasn't been hot. I do have one fan back there, but I need to buy some more to add back there as well. Okay, so let's just see if it starts hashing right now. Let's refresh it, and yeah, looks like we are hashing. Okay, looks like it's just ramping up. I don't think, yeah, the first three are at 62 mega hash. Okay, well, anyways, I think that is good for now. I will keep you guys updated what's going on with this rig and temperatures and stuff. It's getting a little bit warmer in my garage as I've been adding GPUs. You guys can see about 84 Fahrenheit now. But just recently, you guys know, I just built this guy right here. This is the 1660 rig that I'm keeping track of the profits. I want to see how much exactly, how many months or weeks, you know, it'll take to pay off this rig of about 2,500, maybe 3,000. A lot of you guys were giving me a hard time saying these GPUs cost way more than they are now. Well then, you know what, I'll add up the price a bit more, and we'll see when we can theoretically break even on this rig. You guys know in that $2,500 mining rig video. So we'll see if we can break even. But anyways, guys, that's it. I have all my 3080s, or 30 series cards, sorry, not 3080s, almost all 3080s, 30 series cards over here, and yeah, I am wanting to just fill up this, you know, my garage here with 30 series cards, and, you know, keep them close to me, and, you know, do a lot of testing with them. But anyways, oh yeah, you guys want to see the power consumption just to end off this video. So, looks like we've added, let's see, 3,455. I'm gonna say 3,454. Okay, so let's write that down. 3,454 watts total. So what's the delta here? It's gonna be, I would say we added another 600, and I'm just gonna say 680. Alright, so we added two more cards. So if we did the delta there, it's about 260. I screwed up there. No, it's actually like 255. So adding the two 3070s, we added another 255 watts at the wall, okay, for, yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's good. If I did the math wrong there, guys, let me know, but I think that's good. That looks generally okay. So there we go, the 3070 rig. I need to add one more, and if anyone wants to sell me one, let me know down below. Guys, I just want to end off with, I've been getting a lot of like comments and emails. People are saying like, Red Panda, can you sell me a 3080 or a 3070 or a 3060? And guys, this is all I have, alright? I know it's a lot, I know it seems like it's a lot, but we've seen some more crazy people out there that have a lot more than this, okay? I am seriously small fry. I am nothing. In my opinion, in a miner's perspective, like I'm still a small miner. Maybe medium. Some people think I'm a medium-sized miner. Yeah, sure. But I don't have like a big warehouse with like, you know, 2,000 of these like in China. We've seen pictures of that, and like other people around the world that have like massive amounts of 3090s and 3080s. You know, you guys have seen those pictures. And I've been mining for a long time now. So, you know, I'm able to afford all this kind of stuff. And everyone's financials is different, okay? So you guys don't like blame me or hate me for anything. I've never done anything bad to anybody, okay? But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts of this 3070 rig, and if I should change anything. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.